pretty bad, but I don't know. State auditor report, this is supposed to be a nonpartisan auditor that works for the state, found that 8 agencies pose a high risk to the taxpayer of California because the fraud is rampant, uncovering almost $100 billion worth of fraud. Listen to how Congressman Kevin Kiley from California spelled it out.
And all of this, by the way, comes on top of the incredible fraud and waste and mismanagement that we already knew about. The high-speed train where there's been no track laid in 17 years, spending $18 billion. The $32 billion during COVID at a minimum of unemployment insurance fraud. The $650 million on a canceled 911 next generation system that was canceled because the technology wasn't there. And so California is absolutely, under this governor, the fraud capital of the United States.
It most certainly could be. Minnesota looks pretty bad, but I don't know. Not even close to California, and nobody's talking about this because the mainstream media doesn't want to make Gavin Newsom look bad. Maybe the most offensive is the $24 billion spent on homelessness in California, only to see homelessness in that state rise. What's Gavin Newsom's response?
When I got here, the 5 years before I became governor, 51.8% increase in that population. And we've now started to significantly decrease that incline.
Hold on. We're decreasing the incline, meaning you're not decreasing the homeless population. You're only decreasing the amount of extra homeless people that come into your state every year. Those are the excuses. So this auditor's report, I actually believe, if the mainstream media would cover this story, poses a great threat to Gavin Newsom and his aspirations of becoming president of the United States. We found things inside here like during the COVID era where they spent $4.6 million on phones in state agencies so these workers could have cell phones during COVID. First, by the way, everybody that owns a cell phone knows you get free data, free calling. Just talk to my friends at Patriot Mobile, okay? Free data, free call. The state doesn't need to be paying for anybody's phone. It doesn't cost an employee any extra to use it for work, but $5 million for that. $18 billion, as we heard, on this high-speed rail, and I don't think there's a foot of track laid yet. So again, this is big news, maybe even bigger than in Minnesota.